Hi, and welcome to the Caterpillar Cross Stitch YouTube channel. My name's Ford from Son of a Stitch, and this week I'm going to talk to you about the #1 mistake that people make during cross stitching. I'm going to teach you what it is, how it happens, and the steps that I take to make sure that it doesn't. Here at Caterpillar Cross Stitch, we are all about cross stitch, and we upload helpful and occasionally entertaining videos about it every single week. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss our next video. And if you like this video in particular, give it a like and leave me a comment down below so that I know you enjoyed it and I should make more videos like it. Likewise, if you have a question you'd like me to address or a topic you'd like to see me cover, leave that in the comments down below as well, and I'll see what I can do. And I want to take just a second here to remind you to join the Caterpillar Cross Stitch VIP Stitch Club. When you join, you'll get 10% off your first order. You'll get a digital download of our top 10 cross-stitching tips, and you'll get a free ebook with 8 free PDF cross-stitch patterns in it. So hit the link down there in the description to make sure you get all of those great perks. Now, the kind of mistake that I want to talk about today is a mistake that's so common in so many fields that it has a name. It's called an oboe, or an off-by-1 error. It's a mistake that happens when we forget our frame of reference for counting, of whether we're counting things or the space between things. So a very common type of this, and the one that specifically happens in cross-stitching, is known as a fence post error. Let me explain why it's called that. So suppose you're going to build a fence between your property and your neighbor's property, and the property line is 50 feet long and the fence panels are 10 feet long. You know that you need a post to go between each of those panels in order to hold them up. So you need 5 panels and 5 posts to hold them up, right? Problem is that we need to start from 0. We need a post on the end. So we're actually going to need 5 panels and 6 posts to hold them up, because we have one on either end. Like if you think about it, if it was only 1 panel long, you'd need 2 posts, one on either side of that panel, right? The way this relates to cross-stitching is if we think of the holes in the fabric like fence posts and the stitches like fence panels. If we wanted to make a row 5 stitches long, we're actually going to be spanning 6 holes in the fabric. We need to count from the starting point on our row of stitches as the hole as 0 rather than as 1. So this is where the common mistake frequently happens. Let me show you on some graph paper how that works out. I almost forgot to share with you some really exciting news. The Caterpillar Stitch Retreat 2024 has been announced. This is going to be June 22nd and 23rd, 2024 at a luxury 4-star hotel in Birmingham, UK. It's located right near the city centre, so it's extremely easy to get to. Don't worry if you don't have anybody to go with. Most people say that they're coming alone, so it'll be a great opportunity to make new friends in the stitching community. As of right now, there are still some tickets available, so you probably want to go and snag yours while that's still the case. If it makes it easier to budget for you, you can also split the cost of that up into 4 payments with the ClearPay payment plan. That's available on the checkout website, so go check it out. You're going to get an exclusive project bag, an exclusive cross-stitch kit, and an exclusive needle minder, plus things like treats, free coffee and tea, drawings and raffles, all of that kind of stuff. Go check out the details at the link in the description below. So suppose we're working on the cute funny pattern thing that I showed you in one of my recent videos. And we've got our center point marked on our pattern here, and we want to figure out where to start this T. Now we're going to pretend that this piece of graph paper that I've got is our fabric. And these dots represent the holes that are in the fabric. So if I want to figure out where to start the T, starting from the center position, which I figured out on my fabric already, I'll count how many stitches away it is. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stitches from the center down, and then 1 to the left, or 2 to the left. That's where this point is, right? So if we count from here, we're going to go 1, 2 stitches to the left, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to start my first stitch here, and I'm going to do the first half of my X there. But if we double check that now, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stitches in between. And that's because I wasn't counting the space that I needed for that last stitch. So I counted to this space and then I made my stitch, which means I counted down 11 and then back up 1. So that's the way that that mistake commonly happens. And because I make my stitches in this order, bottom left to top right most of the time, I'm most likely to make that mistake if I'm counting downwards or if I'm counting to the left, because I'm going to count over and then I'm going to make my stitch and it's going to subtract 1 from the counting that I did. I'm less likely to do it if I'm going up or to the right. Now that we understand a little bit more about how this mistake happens, let me show you some of the techniques that I use in order to avoid having it happen to me. It mostly consists of the way that I think about counting rather than anything that I do differently. So let me see if I can help you understand that. So the easiest way to prevent the kind of mistake that I showed you is to make sure that you're counting the same thing from each one. You're counting the number of holes, or you're counting to the same position on each stitch. So always count from, to make it easy, because I start from the bottom left position of my stitches, I always count from the bottom left position of the square that I need to go to. So instead of counting from here, I'm going to count from here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then over the 2 to here. So that would have prevented that mistake. Just by always counting from the same position, counting from the position where you are going to start your stitch. So my center point is here, so I'm going to start from this position rather than from this position, so that I'm consistent and I'm always counting the same thing. Now sometimes, despite your best efforts, you're still going to make a mistake. And occasionally you just need a shoulder to cry on of somebody who understands the pain of having to frog an entire section of your pattern because you miscounted by 1. And that's where an online community like the Caterpillar Cross Stitch community can come in really handy. I highly recommend following the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Instagram and joining the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Facebook group. There are tens of thousands of experienced stitchers in those two spaces that can really be an amazing resource for you, whether you just got started stitching or whether you've been doing it your entire life. So make sure to check both of those out. Now let's do it again, and suppose that we're going to go from, we've completed the C, I'll show you here. I've simulated stitching that C on my fabric, and we're going to go figure out where to start the F. I want to do this stitch first on my F. So from the C, if I count from this stitch, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, and then 1, 2, 3 stitches over. But I need to remember to count from the same position, so I'm going to go 7 down and then 3 stitches over. The other way that I will help myself remember that is that I will remember that there should be 6 empty rows between them, and that there should be only 1 empty column between them. Does that make sense? So I'll count the empty spaces instead of the stitches that I'm going to do. So I need there to be 1 empty column between where I start and the edge of the C, and I need there to be 6 empty rows between the edge of the C and where I'm going to start. So here's my 1 empty column. That's easy. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 empty rows. So that means my stitch is going to be here. And I need to remember to think of the stitch as a square, or like a fence panel, rather than a hole like a fence post. Because the mistake comes from counting the spaces between the stitches, which is the holes in the fabric, versus counting the stitches which happen between the holes in the fabric. We're counting fence posts rather than fence panels, or we switch between which ones we're doing halfway through a count, and that's where we get tripped up. Obviously, I'm always finding new and exciting ways to screw my projects up, but these techniques have helped me avoid what has been my most common mistake in the past. What about you? What do you do to avoid getting off by one counting errors when you're working on a project? Let us know in the comments down below. Maybe your method will be more helpful for one of the other viewers. I do want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. My name is Ford, and for Caterpillar Cross Stitch, I will see you next week.
Hi, have you heard about Love It Stitch It yet? You can design and shop the cross stitch patterns you've always wanted. Love It Stitch It is an easy to use design tool and exclusive cross stitch marketplace, giving you the freedom to create, sell and shop all in one place. You can design anything that you like, add text, upload and convert pictures and artwork. You can design the cross stitch patterns of your dream. You can download them for personal use, or you can upload them onto the marketplace, designed by cross stitchers for cross stitchers, jam-packed with some gorgeous cross stitch patterns from designers all over the world. If you're not interested in designing or selling, that's totally fine too. Just visit the marketplace and you can shop from hundreds of beautiful cross stitch patterns so you can pick your next project. Are you already a cross stitch designer, but maybe you're fed up of other marketplaces, maybe not getting the sales that you deserve, maybe not getting your patterns seen as much as you'd like? Then let us help. You can easily register for free and get uploading your PDF patterns with absolutely no fees whatsoever. Let us then market your gorgeous designs that you've put all of your work into to over 185,000 dedicated cross stitchers from all over the world. We will absolutely do our best to get your patterns seen and into the right hands of people that we know will absolutely love stitching them. As a designer, you can easily list your PDF patterns for sale, no matter which software you use to design them. Our job is to make cross-stitch design accessible to all. There's nothing to upgrade, there's nothing to download. It's really easy to use and beginner friendly. We also wanted to create the marketplace to bring sellers and buyers together so that it's really easy and such an enjoyable experience to shop all of the high quality verified designs on the platform, but also to give those amazing designers a place to really showcase their creativity. So visit loveitstitchit.com today and register for free. Stitch what you love and free your creativity.
Not helpful, Cat.